Welcome to Underground Crypto. We will be with you in just a moment. Thank you for being here. Smash that like button. Shout out to everybody. That one guy, Melissa, Rel's in the house. Thank you very much for being here. Just one moment. All right, who's starting to feel good about crypto again? Are we there? That fear and greed index has moved up. We're going to check that out in just a moment. We are over at Crypto Bubbles. This is 1 through 100. If you know, you know. Night it came out yesterday, had a big fall as it came out. And now it's up 60%, 58.2 if you want to be real specific. Today it ran from a high 3 cents, 0.039, so almost 4 cents, all the way to a high of 8.5 cents. We covered it very briefly, but I didn't spend a lot of time on it yesterday because I said high likelihood that we are going to be going over it in more detail tomorrow, and here we are. What else do we got going on? Meme Core is up 6.7%, went up to $1.60, looking like that buy. When I staked it a little bit, it's going to be doing well. Everything else just kind of hanging out, right? Nothing too crazy to report. Let's go to our 100 to 200. Beat up 41.5%. I don't understand that thing, but a lot of times that's why it runs, is because it's the least expected opportunity, right? Superverse is up 6.5%. Pippin is up 6.9%. Pippin has been on the radar a lot. Yesterday we took a look at it. Supposed to be a unicorn. Doesn't look like a unicorn to me. And then we'll go even down to our 200 to 300. Luna, not Luna Classic, but Luna is up 37.8%. Piverse, TimeFi. Do you know what TimeFi is? If you don't know what TimeFi is, might be time to raise that crypto IQ. Come to the channel Monday through Friday, 8:30 p.m. New York time, and raise your crypto IQ with us. We got River. What is this? D-Bridge. Okay, I'm not familiar with that. And Nisa Global. Wrecked up 10% today. Even Grass up 6.2% today. Ran up to 33 cents and then pulled back a little bit. How about that rally for Bitcoin today? That was a lot of fun. Hop over and run through our numbers. At this moment of being live, can't say at the moment of recording, right? Because I'm live. Bitcoin is $91,106. Ethereum $3,271. Again, Bitcoin above 90, Ethereum above 3,000. That is good news to me. XRP above $2, same thing. BNB $879. Solana $133. It's struggling a little bit. It's down 3.1% today. What is that all about? Dogecoin got a little bit of a pump today, although it doesn't really look like it. Looks like it gave most of it back. It's down 7.6 in the last 7 days. Cardano 44 cents. And I'm going to get right into the chat here in a minute after we do this part. Chainlink $13.84. Stella is 24 cents. Hyperliquid $29. Monero $401. Zcash $394. Avalanche $13.71. Sweet $1.57. HBAR is chilling at 13 cents. What else do we want to look at here? We'll scroll down a little bit quicker. I know we want to see if Flare is still in the top 100. Let's go all the way down. Ooh, looks like Flare maybe fell out of the top 100. It was teetering. It is number 103 and down 2.9% today. We don't love that, but this is crypto. Things definitely move up and down. That is the nature of the market. So let's go ahead and actually hop over. Before we get into what's trending, let's look at the chat and let's take a look at the news. Here's an article for you. Breakout or bull trap? Doge jumps above resistance of Ethereum strength. What's going on in this chat here? Let me take a look. Let me get my chat where I need to see it. We got that one guy in the house, Melissa. I saw Rels was in the building for a minute. Rels, are you still here? Drop a comment if you are. Everybody saying hello to everybody. Fed saying only one rate cut next year. Ouch. I hope that's not true. I'm stuck in a Sol long right now. Yeah, it looks like Sol got beat up a little bit today for sure. Smash that like button and join the Discord. That one guy is right. You should definitely do that. Discord is pinned in the chat. I don't know if the one in the description is up to date here. So what to know? Dogecoin surges above key resistance level with a 6% rally driven by institutional trading. Despite the breakout, Doge faces significant structural resistance from major EMAs. Strong user activity contrasts with mixed network flows, indicating potential accumulation. I hope they're accumulating and they're ready to pump that thing. So let's see, what is there something else interesting here? Dogecoin staged a strong upside today, rallying from 14 cents to about 15 cents. Just a penny move, but it's a decent move for Dogecoin. And we're not going to go too far into that. Let's go see what is trending. So what's trending in the world of crypto right now? Midnight definitely hasn't even been out 7 days, but if you look at that chart just over here on the side, hopefully I'm not in the way, you can see it here. It's just kind of up and to the right, a little bit of a pullback. Pudgy Penguins, of course, Bitcoin, Monad, Pippin, Solana, Terra back on the radar. Humidify, Hyperliquid, Say, Terra Luna Classic. I don't know enough about Terra Luna and Terra Luna Classic and how they're really doing nowadays, right? Terra Luna Classic's been pumping, so is Terra. Why all of a sudden? Don't know. Seems like some of the most unexpected coins are the ones that pump. Ethereum, BitTensor, Chainlink, and Aptos, all big tokens here. Humidify, we've been going over that quite a bit lately. Let's go over to Crypto Rank. And first and foremost, let's take a look at the Fear and Greed Index. Fear and Greed Index up to 29. We haven't seen it this high in a while. Yesterday it was 26, so we did get a little bit of boost in confidence in the crypto market. A month ago it was at 24, so we've really just been hanging out in this area. I do like down here, we got the 6-month chart for the Fear and Greed Index here, and you can see we were going strong for a minute here and then had a little bit of unsurety, and then we really got real unsure. So are we about to start making a rise to the top? Are we going to run up to that $96, $97, $98,000 for crypto and really, you know, wash all those shorts out, right, and start heading to the upside? I don't know, but I'm here for it either way. We are live every Monday through Friday for sure. So come hang out with us and raise that crypto IQ. First founder is in jail, LOL. Yeah, exactly. And so what is really going on with Terra, right? Not Terra Luna Classic, but just Terra. I guess what they moved to. So things that are trending, top 20 coins searched in the last 7 days. OKB, Athena, Flare, gotta love some Flare. Hopefully Blues Guy will be joining us shortly. Aptos, Bitcoin, Morpheo, Tether Gold, Kronos, Ondo, Stacks, Shiba Inu, XDC Network, Tuncoin, Tron, Render, Pole, and the official Trump, of course, Lido Staking, not really worth mentioning. Top 20 most visited coins in the last 7 days. So the first one is the top searched coins, and this is the ones that were 20 most visited coins. Of course, Bitcoin, Monad still hanging out. Monad still trending, even if it's down quite a bit. Humidify, one that we've gone over quite a bit in the last couple of days. Midnight, we'll be focusing on that one a little bit. I want to learn a little bit more about Midnight. Aptos, Rayless, Superform, Allscale, that's a new one on my radar. Aztec, we're still waiting for a token generation event from Aztec, but they've raised over $50 million, so it looks like they might do something. We'll see. Zama, Power Protocol we went over the other day. Here's another Midnight. What's up with that? Is that the same one? They just have like a different symbol for it over here? Maybe. Now, that one doesn't look like it had a token generation event. We're going to dig into that a little bit. Gonko, we've been over. So definitely some things to go over. Let's start with our CoinGecko, and let's look at Midnight. And I really want to compare it. So it's at 6 cents, and this is at, 6 cents. So I think that those are the same coin. And it's at $1 billion in market cap now. It came out, we are on the max chart, December 9th, 2025, which was yesterday, came out at about 2 cents. We're already up to about 6 cents. It's up 163%. on the max chart, right? Which means in the last day, because it hasn't been out very long. 24 billion in max supply. Circulating supply is 16.6 billion. So a good chunk of it is already out. A contract address, you got a BNB smart contract and its own midnight contract address, which means it is a layer 1. Zero knowledge is a niche or category, you could say, that comes once you see ZK, you know privacy is built into it one way or another. Let's go look at the website. So here we are. We did look at it yesterday, but we didn't get crazy into it yesterday. Midnight Network, the architecture of freedom is rational privacy. And with Aztec, another project that we'll probably take a quick look at, is kind of doing the same thing. So Web3 promised freedom. Midnight restores the original promise of crypto. The network is a 4th generation blockchain built for rational privacy. Not one should be forced to choose between utility and privacy. Midnight's architecture enables everyone to verify the truth without exposing their personal data. Make rational privacy work for you. Freedom of association, connect without surveillance. So own your vote, own your identity, and own your reputation. So block the trackers, bid to win, and protect your worth. So this is all about privacy. Privacy has been hot. We know that. Are we moving away from the Zcash and the Dash and all of those things? Are we going to move to other tokens like maybe Horizon or maybe some of these more ZK specific projects, not programs, but projects optimized for rapid integration? Midnight transformed niche privacy technology into a standard engineering resource. We removed the cryptographic learning curve with compact, the smart contract language based on TypeScript. I'm not a developer. I don't know what TypeScript is, but I'm sure it's a coding language of some sort. Let's go take a look at their ecosystem, see what they got going on here. Oh, I got to click something. I can't just click ecosystem. Let's go to the ecosystem hub. Your gateway to on-chain data protection powered by zero knowledge. Discover the pioneers building the app's infrastructure to bring on-chain data protection to Web3. The future of Web3 requires rational privacy, a flexible, programmable approach that balances confidentiality with the practical needs of real-world industry. Discover the opportunities waiting for your solutions with Midnight privacy-enhanced technology. So finance, AI, governance, all of these different things, tooling. Let's see, can we click on? No, we can't click on any of them. That would have been nice. Show me some actual projects building on Midnight. That's what I want to see. When I come to ecosystem, I want to see a rundown of actual people. I mean, partners. They give us like a partner list here, but that doesn't really mean anything. Usually when you go to ecosystem, you get actual projects. So that's Midnight, right? What is Midnight all about? Category, privacy. Niche category, zero knowledge. Now that could be integrated in different ways. What happens when you click Night? So what is the Night token? Night is a unshielded native and governance token of the Midnight network. Midnight uses zero knowledge smart contracts to enable programmable privacy. Unlike privacy coins designed to solely hide activity, right? That's all they do. The Night token is public and transparent, unshielded. Its primary role is to secure the network and generate the dust resource that powers transaction. So as you know, with privacy, it's kind of like you're either completely hidden or you're completely transparent and exposed. What we're seeing now with a lot of zero knowledge technology is this actual ability to, when they build and program apps and different things, like to have certain parts hidden and have certain parts be transparent, kind of giving you the best of both worlds, where it's like, the things that you want to be transparent can be transparent and the things that you want hidden will be hidden. Core utility, the token generates resource model. The Midnight network separates the governance and capital from operational costs using a dual component model. Night, the native token, the capital asset. Holding Night tokens automatically generates dust, right? Dust is the resource, a shielded non-transferable resource used to pay for transaction fees and execute smart contracts. Introducing the Night token. Benefits, and we won't go crazy here. The battery recharge model. Okay, so this might be interesting. This will probably be the last thing about Midnight that I cover here. So dust acts as a renewable resource. It functions like a battery. Once consumed for a transaction, it regenerates over time based on your night holding. So almost like you were staking and getting a reward, but you get dust just from owning it, right? Predictable from owning Midnight, that is. Predictable operational costs. Because dust continually replenishes, enterprise and frequent users gain cost predictability. They transact without depleting their principal night holdings. Frictionless onboarding, self-funding dApps or decentralized applications. If you don't know what that means, developers can hold night to generate enough dust to cover transaction fees for their users. This allows applications to be free at the point of interaction. So preserve governance. Users spend dust rather than night. Participating in the network does not diminish governance rights. So if you hold it and you have night, and so therefore you have voting rights, you don't have to worry about every time you do transactions and, burning a little bit of your night in transactions all the time and hurting your governance ability. So that's Midnight, right? Very interesting. Let's go take a look at their Twitter. We did do this yesterday, but we're going to do it again. Let's see how much attention. What is the point of going to a project's Twitter? Well, I want to see how much attention they have. If they post something, how much attention does it get? So they have 57.4 thousand followers. Those are people who saw it and said, yes, I'm following this project. Now we got a pin post is from November 17th. So that's a little while ago. You have to take that into consideration. But it does have 86,000 impressions, which is more than they have followers, right? For sure. And it says laid out in the upcoming Midnight ecosystem roadmap in his key address, which outlines the delivery of core network capabilities over the coming year, organized into 4 distinct phases. And they did it like moon phases, which is kind of cool. I like that idea. Phase 1, phase 2, phase 3, phase 4. And there you go. Looks like they had a listing on Bitmart. There is a link to Bitmart in the description. If you're going to get Bitmart because you want to buy some of this, you don't know where else to buy it, please click that link and head over to Bitmart and do that. I do use Bitmart personally. There's been a couple of things here and there that they have had that you really couldn't buy anywhere else, like XRT. That's maybe a token for another time, though. All right, let's back out of this. And I think that's all I wanted to cover over here. Let's take a look at Luna, right? This is the new Terra 2.0 chain, right? So this is what they moved to after Terra Luna just absolutely crashed. Let's look at their website, though, because I want to see what all they do. The future of decentralized finance. Terra Phoenix is a high-performance blockchain built on Cosmos SDK designed for DeFi applications with fast transactions and low fees. So it seems like they took the technology and kind of just kept it running. Hopefully they're still building. Terra Liquidity Alliance. So a market-driven tokenomic model designed to build sustainable chain-owned liquidity through decentralized incentives and community-led governance. Forgive me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that Terra Luna Classic, the way that it was built, was like a basket of assets that backed it, and that's what, I guess, led to the crash. I wonder if they changed that dynamic, right? I hope that they did something, right? I would really hope that they did something to try to guarantee, because when it comes to Terra, pretty much the name of the game is, can you convince everybody that we're not going to see a repeat of what happened to Terra Luna Classic, right? So on the max chart, this thing came out at about $5 May 27th, 2022. It did run up quite a bit to $10.52, and then has just proceeded to dump. Right now we're at 19 cents. Has 133.8 million in market cap. That is a pretty tiny market cap. Do we know if this has direct connection? The original Terra Luna has rebranded. Okay, so this is by the same people, it looks like. They named it Phoenix because it's going to rise like a phoenix. Max supply is infinite. Not my favorite thing to see, for sure. Alleged SEC securities is a tag. That's not necessarily good. Don't see anything other than portfolios, right, in the category listing there. So we'll move on from that. I'm not crazy bullish on Terra or Terra Luna Classic. Personally, I'm just not. Let's look at Humidify. So ticker WET. Hilarious. 57.6 million in market cap. Good branding, though. It's chilling at about 25 cents. Max chart says it came out December 9th. And that was yesterday, of course. Had a nice run up to about 32 cents and is pulled back to 25. It's still up 64.3% since the time of the token generation. And they give it categories like automated market maker, MEV protection. We love that. We love to see MEV protection. If you have come to this show and you've been raising your crypto IQ, well, then you've learned a lot about what MEV is. Maximal extractable value. What does that mean? I don't know. You might have to watch a previous video or keep coming back to the show and you can learn all about it. Go check out the website. It does have a Solana contract address. When you open the website, it kind of takes you directly to their leaderboard. There's not a whole lot to see here, right? So these are different wallets. It's showing the volume. It's showing how many trades. Maybe not the most interesting thing in the world, but if you go to tokenomics, it says Humidify is an active liquidity DEX. It's a prop AMA, which is automated market maker on Solana. Humidify's vision is to make Solana the home of the world's most efficient, responsive, and transparent market, true internet capital markets. The protocol redefines decentralized trading by merging on-chain execution with institutional-grade market-making logic, creating a system where liquidity is always active, adaptive, and optimal for performance. Traditional automated market makers depend on passive liquidity curves. These models update slowly, waste capital, and produce wide spreads. Retail users face high slippage, while liquidity providers earn reduced returns due to inefficient utilization. The result is an ecosystem where decentralized liquidity remains fragmented and volatile. I hope you followed that, because to me that made a lot of sense. I can see the use case for this product. The question becomes, well, can they deliver on that? So Humidify solves this problem by replacing static curves with active liquidity powered by proprietary on-chain quoting logic. The system continuously adjusts price and inventories based on live market condition, producing tighter spreads, deeper liquidity, and lower slippage than both DEX and SEX, or centralized exchange competitors. Its predictive pricing oracle integrates off-chain market data with high-frequency signals to anticipate order flows and improve fill quality in real time. That's what it is. I'm not going to read every little bit of it because I think you get the picture that we are painting here when it comes to Humidify. Ticker is WET. Now let's move over to CoinGecko, because there was definitely some interesting things to look at over here. And let's start at the top. So OKB, I'm just going to do a quick, do you know what OKB is? OKB is a global utility token distributed by OK Blockchain. It's a vital piece of OK Group architecture and development, right? It's got about 2.4 billion in its market cap. This is not a small coin. It's trending today. Just keep that in mind. Flare, you should know what Flare is. Let's read their little description of what Flare is, right? Because Flare is something that a lot of people in the community have been looking at. I'm staking with Flare, all of that kind of stuff. Flare is a layer 1 EVM blockchain that allows developers to create an ecosystem of robust and decentralized interoperable applications. So it is a layer 1 EVM blockchain. And they have a lot of, you can buy Flare, you can stake it. There was the infamous airdrop of Flare for people who held XRP. And now we have something called Firelight. Let's see if I can pull this up here, both these two. So this is the dashboard over here for Flare, right? And as you can see, I've earned 4 cents in about, 3 weeks, maybe a month. Not a lot, but I'm only holding like $120 in here or something like that. It says your position. Usually over here it tells you your F asset. It's weird. It doesn't display it the same way that it was displaying it before. They must have updated it. Let's go to Mint. So you can see here I have 3,600 Flare. I think it's like $120 maybe. And then you have this Firelight. Now this thing is pretty new. It's kind of just come out, and it's what a lot of people in the Flare community have been waiting for. So as a lot of people know, there's not a lot of places to stake your XRP. This is going to allow you to stake your XRP. They're directly, involved with Flare as far as I know. And you just go here to stake XRP. You will see that, hopefully you'll see that I'm already connected. I've already staked a little bit here, $121 of XRP. I wrapped it into an FXRP, which is a wrapped asset, a Flare XRP, if you will. And it's brand new. I don't really know at this point, because it's so new, what we're getting as far as APY and stuff like that. So if you're wondering where to stake your XRP, this could be a good place to do it, but I'm not really sure yet. It's going to be kind of a wait and see at this point. So ultimate risk protection. So Firelight provides DeFi's most comprehensive on-chain risk protection. Definitely want to hear that as somebody who's staking an asset. Earn staking rewards on XRP with programmatic exposure on tier 1 DeFi protocols, and it's institutional ready, so a lot of big guys out there who hold XRP will be able to use this, right? They're institutional ready. I think it's pretty cool, in my opinion. But we're just going to kind of wait and see how it progresses from here. So that's what Flare is. I know I don't usually cover some of these big boys, but I just wanted to read what that was. Maybe you don't know. Things that stick out to me that I have a feeling you might not know. So when we come over to the 20 most visited in the last 7 days, we already went over Humidify. Monad is a layer 1 built, or is a layer 2 built on Ethereum. No, it is a layer 1 blockchain. Okay, I'm messing that up. But it's pretty new, and we were all over it before the token generation event. Melissa in the group even showed us all that Coinbase had an early, get in early kind of sale, and I believe that's where she had bought hers. So Monad is a layer 1 blockchain platform designed to address scalability issues in the crypto ecosystem while maintaining compatibility with Ethereum. It offers full Ethereum virtual machine compatibility, allowing developers to easily port existing Ethereum applications and smart contracts without modification. So here's the deal. They're a layer 1 project, but because of their Ethereum virtual machine or compatibility there, you can pretty much just port something you've already built. This is really good because most developers are building with the same language that Ethereum is, and if something like Barachain did the same thing, you can easily port your project over with very little effort, and that is a good way to get people to come over to your blockchain and start using it. Midnight, we already covered Midnight. Rayless. I don't know why I'm adding so much extra stuff to it, but it's Rayless. How's everybody doing out there? Drop something in the chat. Let me know you're alive. Blues Guy, where you at? Anybody know where Blues Guy is? Does he have another rehearsal tonight? I'm not sure, but hopefully he'll join us soon. Shout out to that one guy. I really appreciate all of you guys for always being here and always being a part of the community. You guys are definitely MVPs to me, and don't think that it goes unnoticed, because it definitely doesn't. Let's talk about Rayless. Rayless is a layer 1 blockchain for banks and users, allowing them to combine assets into a single reliable network. They have about 20.2 million in market cap right now. They are a relatively new coin. Let's see. The chart's a little different here than CoinGecko, right? So December 1st is when this token generation happened, not when the project first made a Twitter account, right? But when the token itself was generated. That's why we call it a token generation event. And that would have been on the 1st of December. Let's look at their website, because they do make a really bold claim here. The blockchain for banks. That alone is a big statement. Can they live up to it? I don't know. Built to bring 100 trillion liquidity, and to put that into perspective right now, we have $3.1 trillion in the entire crypto market. So if Rayless can bring even a fraction of what they're talking about here, it's a big deal. But when? That's what we all want to know. Is that over the next 20 years, 50 years, 10 years, 6 months? What is that? So built to bring 100 trillion liquidity and 6 billion bank customers on chain. Rayless is a scalable private and public blockchain for financial infrastructure and individuals with native compliance, governance controls, and quantum safe privacy preservation. Don't try to look at the chat while you're reading something. That's not a good idea. So real world assets driving institutional growth into DeFi. I have a feeling that that's where they plan on getting this 100 trillion in liquidity from, is real world assets. As most people know, in crypto, a lot of people are very bullish on the prospects of real world assets, anything, cars, expensive jewelry, houses, you name it, stocks, and all the value of that being tokenized and brought on chain, bringing a ton of liquidity. Superform, ticker is up. I believe we've been over this before, but maybe not. Yeah, we have. Superform is an omni-chain yield market. Really don't need to say much more there. No token generation event. One thing I really like about CryptoRank.io is that they really show you a lot of stuff before the token generation. So if you're just thinking, just follow me here in my logic for a minute. There is Blues Guy. I knew he was going to come to the stream. Shout out to him, man. Love you, brother. Thank you for being here. Superform is a yield market. And so, oh, here's where I was going. I lost my train of thought there for a second. Is if we're following things that are trending because they're being searched a lot, and then on top of being searched a lot, they're being clicked on and people are going and visiting the page. That means that there's somewhere out in the ether of the internet, there is some kind of hype or somebody driving people to go look these stuff up. And I believe it's just for this platform of CryptoRank, right? The top 20 most visited coins. I think it's specifically to CryptoRank, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they aggregate like a wider window there. I don't know if they're looking at the Google, searches or anything like that. But either way, it's being searched. And there's no token generation event yet. So maybe there is airdrop potential here. Usually they have a little thing that tells us if there's airdrop potential, and I don't see it. So maybe there is no airdrop potential. But regardless, yield. What is yield? And let me hop in this chat real quick. I'm alive, guys. I just got home. Icy roads. A little more time to get home from work. Hey, we understand, man. You drive safe and you get home safely. That's what's most important. We know you're going to be here when you can. Apologize to my good people. I am fortunate and grateful to be a part of this Susie fan. That must be a typo, because I don't know what a Susie fan is. Maybe that's a Canadian thing I don't know anything about. How's everybody doing tonight? Hey, let them know how you're doing. Loving the low prices. Yay, accumulation. Let's go, baby. Exactly. So this is Superform. What is yield? I mean, yield is getting money. It's putting your money to work, right? You're growing your money with yield. And everybody tries to craze. Wow. A lot of people try to chase like crazy yield amounts. They're not sustainable. You see something with 1,000% yield, just know you'll probably never be staking with them long enough that they're giving those returns to ever get 1,000%, right? A lot of them go down quickly. I think 10% right here, their flagship USDC Super Vault. So the way that this works is they have these Super Vaults, and that's basically what you're staking into, what you're providing liquidity. Because what is staking other than providing liquidity to something, and they're giving you a cut of what they're earning off of it. So say I was a crazy hedge fund institutional trader, right? And you gave me your money. Say you gave me $1 million, and I was making like 1% on that $1 million a day. And a week I was kicking out to you 1%, right? So I'm making 7%. I'm giving you 1. I'm keeping 6. That's just basic math there. But this is on a obviously much bigger scale. But that's what's going on here. You provide liquidity and they kick you out some incentive to continue to provide them liquidity, and everybody is happy as long as they actually can deliver on that. So Superform, let's check out the X, right? Because we want to see what kind of attention they are getting on social media, and a lot of crypto exists social media wise on Twitter. So 120.8 thousand followers. That is not too shabby. It says a user owned neobank, save, swap, send, and earn the best returns in a single tap. So it's kind of up to them to figure out how to get you 10% APY on your money, but you just give it to them and hope that they can figure that out. When it comes to staking, there's different types of staking. On-chain staking, I think, is the least amount of risk when it comes to staking, where you continue to hold your asset in your wallet. But by smart contract, it's locked up, meaning you can't move it, you can't sell it on them, and they can use it, but it's still in your wallet. There's different versions and different forms of that. I think Cardano was one person who first kind of really brought that out. So December 4th is the pinned post. It has 130,000 impressions. It's only from a few days ago, and they already have more impressions than they do followers. For a financial project, I think that's pretty good. Financial projects like this with yield do get a lot of attention, but you have to remember, to the average retail who doesn't have a lot of money, it's not the most exciting thing. So I'm glad to see them actually getting a good bit of attention, right? If you're retail and you have, $3,000 in your bank account, as retail in America, you're probably doing pretty good, because a lot of people don't even have $1,000 savings here in America. I know everybody thinks that Americans are super rich. Maybe you do, maybe you don't. But a lot of people do not have even $1,000 in saving. So why would I, if I had $1,000 saved, would I be real excited to stake it for 10% APY? You know, getting like $100 a year on my $1,000? Probably not. It's the big boys with a lot of money who pile into these, you know, staking and yield opportunities. Let's talk about Allscale, because I don't know what it is. Allscale is a next-generation crypto fiat neobank. Wow, it sounds a lot like Superform that we just went over. Even less information, no token generation event. They've raised $6.5 million, though, from backers like YZI Labs, which was previously Binance. So it's just Binance. Just think of it as Binance, right? KuCoin Ventures is in there as well. So maybe some of the big boys are banking on this to actually do something. Did not mean to click on Coinbase Ventures there. Meant to click on this 14 plus to see all the investors. So we got YZI Labs, KuCoin. Who else would we know here? Aptos Corporation, and they see they're in different tiers, I guess, of I guess their rating as a investor. So let's go over to the website Allscale, self-custody neobank for micro businesses. Get a global dollar account in seconds, no bank application, no seed phrase, no borders. But with no seed phrases and stuff, is it not your keys, not your crypto? That's something to keep in mind. Bankrolls. Let's see. Are they going to give us a breakdown? I don't know what more they could tell you about this, right? It's a bank. Do you need like a breakdown of what a bank is? Probably not. Let me hit this tea that I got waiting for me. And it's really nice to see crypto doing some stuff, you know, actually moving and generating some excitement. Can we keep it up? It would be nice if we could rally for, I don't know, at least a week, right? Also, I want to say, if you know anybody, if you haven't thought about this already, and you know some people who love crypto, bring them to the channel. The goal of this channel is to raise people's crypto IQ, which is what they know about crypto, right? To say it plainly, to say it simply. That's just our branding here at Underground Crypto. And so bring them in, let them learn. You know, we cover a lot of stuff. And right away, we're going to actually segue over to our learning of the day now that we got most of the people over here. And I'm going to actually break it up into two parts. And I think I'm going to start doing this a lot more. I think I was supposed to bring it up a little earlier, but we're constantly redefining how we're doing the show. Anyways, Allscale has 6,058 followers. Pin post from September 17th has 41,000 impressions. They got this little video of this guy giving money like he's at the bank. It says, introducing Allscale Invoice, the first application in our stablecoin operating system. That's cool. You can invoice people directly from the app. But not a ton of followers, right? This thing is pretty small as a bank. I'd like to see them get a little bit more attention. With that, we are going to come back to what is trending. We're going to look at Aztec. We're going to look at Zama. We're going to look at Power Protocol and Midnight. See, this is the Midnight that we were familiar with. What is this other Midnight? We're going to need to take a look at that. And it has night as its ticker as well. I really don't love when you see these copy projects or just really bad timing on their launch. It's one or the other. So what is AI Swarm? This is the topic of the day. We're going to be talking about what AI Swarm is and why is it important. Matter of fact, I believe that AI Swarm is one of the most fundamental, not one of the most, but it's one of the fundamental things that AI AI agents. Let me be specific here. So not just AI, but AI agents are really is necessary for any AI agent network, right? So an AI swarm is a system composed of many independent agents. So think of all the agents put together. If they were all running and doing something together, that would be an AI swarm that coordinates with one another to solve problems collectively. Each agent operates with limited scope, incomplete information, or a specialized role. Intelligence emerges from the interaction between agents rather than from a single centralized model. This idea comes from swarm intelligence in nature. There's ants, bees, birds, fish exhibit complex group behaviors, even though each individual follows simple rules. So the idea is pretty plain and simple, right? What is a swarm? What is a swarm of ants doing? They're all collectively moving for the same goal, right? The hive mind, if you will. In artificial system, these agents are software-based, capable of reasoning, taking action, and responding to feedback from their environment. In crypto, an AI swarm consists of autonomous agents that can read blockchain data, interact with smart contracts, submit transactions, manage wallets, and respond dynamically to market conditions. Why AI swarms are different from single AI agents. So a single let's start that over. Said underground is awesome. Underground UG is the underground bandit. I don't know why I'm reading that wrong. Hey, thank you for saying that very much. Let's start this over. So a single AI agent attempts to handle many tasks within one decision loop. An AI swarm breaks those tasks apart. Each agent focuses on narrow objectives such as monitoring prices, scanning governance protocols, or managing risk exposure. I don't know what happened to my ability to talk, but we're going to get it back. Maybe I'm just talking too fast. Am I talking too fast for you guys out there? I'm feeling the energy tonight, that's for sure. The swarm model enables scalability, redundancy, and adaptability. If one agent fails or underperforms, others continue operating. The system can explore multiple strategies simultaneously or evolve over time. I think this is a really interesting sentence here, right? So if you want to do something, you want to do it quickly, and you're not sure what the best way to do it, use an AI swarm, and you actually just launch multiple strategies at the same time and see who gets to the finish line first. Crypto environments are fragmented across chain, protocols, markets, and timeframes. Swarms are naturally suited to this complexity because they distribute attention across many locations at once. I hope you're really understanding what's going on here when we talk about swarms and AI, because I think this is bigger than most people pick up on immediately or right away, because there's so many applications. It's such a unique way of solving an issue, right? If you have an AI agent and it's struggling to do things, well, just add more AI agents and make a swarm. Core components of an AI swarm in crypto. A crypto AI swarm typically includes autonomous agents, a blockchain-based environment, communication mechanisms, decision logic, and incentive structure. Agents act as independent economic actors. I want to say economy so bad. The environment consists of smart contracts, DEX, lending protocols, governance system, and data feeds. Pretty much everything in crypto, right? Communications may be direct between agents or indirect through shared data stores. Incentives are enforced on chain. Agents can earn fees, rewards, or yields for performing tasks correctly. Poor performance can result in reduced rewards or removal from the swarm. So if you're in the swarm and you are underperforming, well, you won't be in the swarm for long. This makes crypto uniquely powerful for swarm systems because value transfer and accountability are built into the protocol layer. Types of AI swarms. So we defined what an AI swarm is, right? I hope you understood that part. Now let's get into the more specific niches of AI swarms in crypto. So market and trading swarms. Some agents monitor price, others identify arbitrage, others manage execution, and others handle risk constraints. The swarm behaves like a distributed trading desk rather than a single bot. So the difference between you at your house trading by yourself and a hedge fund full of traders trading all together or with the assets of the hedge fund. DeFi operations swarms. Agents monitor collateral ratio, interest rates, liquidity risk, yield opportunities, and protocol changes. The swarm continuously rebalances and optimizes positions across chain performance. Sounds pretty cool to me. I'd like to have my own AI swarm, that's for sure. Infrastructure swarm. Agents track node uptime, latency, RPC reliability, gas usage, network congestion. These swarms help optimize blockchain infrastructure performance in real time. Says, man, that's cool. So knowledgeable, bro. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you're picking up what I am putting down. When I first learned about AI swarms, probably, I don't know, what was it, like a year ago, maybe a little more than that, when we had the big pop in AI agents in crypto. That was like the hottest thing. That's when I really learned about swarms, and it kind of hit me, that eureka moment of why this is so cool and so important. It's a little bit, I guess, more technical if you wanted to figure out how to have your own AI swarm. TM Hustling in the house says, what's up to the whole gang? Is Cheeto here? Is El Cheeto here? Saw he shouted him out. No, I don't think El Cheeto is here. But yeah, shout out to El Cheeto wherever he is. Oh, where's Cam? I don't see Cam either. So we got a couple of new people in the house, but we're missing a couple of people. That tends to happen. It's hard to get everybody here all at the same time every day, right? So it's a big ask. It's a big ask, but I'm asking. Smash that like button, subscribe, and like I said, join the Discord. The link is in the chat. It's pinned at the top. And also tell somebody you know who loves crypto to come on and hang out with us as well. The more the merrier. So governance swarms. This is an interesting application for AI swarms. So agents read proposals, model outcomes, compare historical decisions, and provide structured analysis of governance choices. Decision making becomes more data driven and less reactive. Again, why do we come and we learn about this? Because you could probably picture in your mind a lot of places where AI swarms would be useful, but did you have governance on your AI swarm bingo card? Probably not. Research and discovery swarms. Agents scan new deployments, contracts, documentations, and ecosystem signals. They surface emerging trends before they are widely noticed. It's crypto. You got to move fast. You got to be the first one on the pulse. Again, trying to read the chat while reading this. Not a good look. Yeah, just Blues guys saying no LG and no Cam. It's all right. I'm sure that they'll be around. Hopefully they'll watch this. How AI swarms coordinate. Coordination can be centralized, it could be decentralized, or it could be market-based. In centralized coordination, and controller assign tasks and aggregates results. In decentralized coordination, agents interact peer-to-peer and adapt based on local signals. In market-based coordination, tasks are posted with rewards, and agents compete to fulfill them. So crypto strongly favors market-based coordination because tasks rewards and verification can all occur on-chain without trust assumptions. Maybe I'm reading too fast. TM Hustlin says, man, I shot and I missed. Hey, it happens. Why crypto is a natural home for AI swarms. I think this should be obvious, but let's read it anyways. Crypto provides transparent data, programmable money, composable systems in open markets. Agents can hold assets, pay fees, earn yield, and compete economically. Blockchains act as shared memory and settlement layers, allowing swarms to operate without centralized control. This turns AI agents from abstract software into economic participants. How AI swarms affect crypto markets. So as you can imagine, with all the trading bots and AI agents and stuff, when you add them all into the mix on a daily basis, they definitely affect the overall crypto market. If they're all moving in one direction and doing the same thing, well, then you're definitely going to have, you're going to see a trend, right? Got to hit that herbal tea real quick if I'm going to continue to read at the speed that I am. Swarms increase market efficiency by reacting faster to information and exploring more strategies simultaneously. That's such a big advantage for AI swarm, right? To be able to explore all these different strategies simultaneously, right, is a big deal, I think. Arbitrage gaps shrink, execution becomes more competitive. As swarms become more advanced, static trading strategies lose effectiveness. The edge shifts towards adaptability, coordination, and system design rather than single strategy optimization. And that is the end of part 1. And let's move on to something else. First of all, shout out Memex. I'm enjoying it still. I'm enjoying the fact that I'm starting to get a lot more traction on Memex. If you're not using Memex, there is a link to it in the description, I believe. If not, then it's in the Discord links, right? Anybody else having trouble having access to the links? Can anybody let me know, Blues guy? When you go to the Discord and you go to the links section where all the links are, do you have access to that or do you not have access to that? Because Melissa was saying she did not. I think I solved it, but I haven't asked her yet. Anyways, there's one post here about staking it. Memecore on Memex got 7.9 thousand. That's really good. Way better than I do on, like, Twitter. So happy to see that. Follow me over on Memex if you haven't already. If you're wondering what Memex is, it's like the Web3 version of Twitter. I think it's pretty cool. Let's hop back over to where we were, though, and continue from where we left off. So Aztec. Aztec, another coin that we are waiting on the token generation. They've raised $52.3 million. Not too shabby from Andreas Horowitz, however you say that. I always try to say it as quick as possible so you don't notice that I don't know how to say it. Andreessen Horowitz, which is AI16Z. I guess I do know how to say it, I just don't take the time. Anyways, Aztec Network is a private ZK rollup. Where have we seen this before? On Ethereum, enabling decentralized applications to access privacy and scalability. We've been over this a bunch of times. Still no token generation as of yet. But I do like how they talk about what the problem is. Enforced transparency is holding blockchain back. Today's privacy we have is pretend, and privacy can't be all or nothing, right? Builders need to be able to program privacy at different levels and layers to make sense for their project. And I think that's really the big takeaway here is just programmable privacy where you want it and not where you don't want it. Let's take a look at their Twitter, though. I can't remember how much attention they have. So they have 202.3 thousand followers for a project that hasn't even launched its token. That is pretty good. They've made 6,256 posts. So they've been here and they've been active on Twitter for a while. It's very surprising, actually, that they don't have a token generation event yet. 115,000 impressions on the pinned post from December 6th, which was, 4 days ago. Thank you for showing up for privacy. 19,476 ETH committed already. Wow. 50,000 of the capital committed has come from the Aztec community, or 50%. I don't know where I got 50,000 from. 50% of the capital is committed from the community. We are building the next renaissance together. Next step for holders. What is the next step? It just says thank you. They didn't tell us what the next step was in the video, but you get the idea. And that's Aztec for you. We'll be monitoring Aztec closely, just as we did Monad, just as we did many things. Canton Network, another one we were looking at for a while. I don't think we were looking at it before the token generation event, but we might have been. Keep clicking it, nothing's happening. Crypto Rank has been down and not working well for the last 2 days, so I'm glad to see that Crypto Rank is finally working again. So Canton Network, let's go look and see where it kind of came out at. If you see me grimacing, it's because I have a headache and it's really annoying. So from the 10th of November, this thing has been around. So not that long. They have 2.6 billion in their market cap. That's pretty cool. But what is it? So Canton Network is privacy-enabled public layer 1 blockchain connecting siloed financial systems, meaning isolated, for synchronized markets without sacrificing control. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on it. We've gone over Canton Network quite a few times. Let's look at Zama or Zama, however you want to say that. So I just tried, and the link I need doesn't open. GameG? Not 100% sure what you're talking about, but we will come back to that in just a moment in the second part of the stream. So Zama is a cryptography company dedicated to developing open source homomorphic encryption tools for developers. I'm sure you guys say that word every day, right? Psych. No token generation event. Let's look at the website. Oh, I remember this website. So build confidential applications on any blockchain. So they're all about the interoperability, right? The Zama confidential blockchain protocol enables confidential smart contracts on top of any layer 1 or layer 2 using FHE. Everything you do is public. Zama protocol enables confidentiality on any layer 1 or layer 2. What is this FHE? Do they tell us what it is? It's not ringing a bell at this moment. All right, well, it's very interesting, and it's all about developing and building and then launching on any chain, right? But no token generation event here. Power Protocol is one we looked at the other day. So Power Protocol is a layer for unified entertainment ecosystems powering games and apps with power token value compounding. And let's switch it here from the hour to say the 4 hour. See if we can get to the end of it. Looks like came out on the 5th of December, at least according to the token generation event on crypto rank, 42 million in market cap. And let's take a look at their Twitter real quick. Do it quick because I know we went over it yesterday. 28.6 thousand followers, not too small, but not all that big either. 49,000 impressions on the pinned post from December 3rd. A little bit of attention they're generating. Let's look at the website. And every game that I tried to use on this didn't work. So I'll throw that out there. Power Protocol is proudly supported by leading investors who bring unmatched expertise in gaming, blockchain, and infrastructure. Together, we are building a unified ecosystem for blockchain entertainment powered by Power the Token, right? They got Delphi Digital in there, Ronin. Very interesting. See, if you go down, they have a whole little diagram of how it works. We went over that yesterday. They have a lot about gaming, Web3, and of course incubating games and different things. I'm not really completely sold on it. I was a little bit, how do you put it? This seems to be like their flagship game. You have to download it on mobile, so obviously I can't really show it off here on my computer. But that's kind of their claim to fame at this moment, is what it really looks like. So what game does it power? I already moved off of it. It's called Fable. Here, I probably should have left that up for more than a moment. I'm moving at my speed, guys. I do have to slow down a little bit for everybody. I do apologize for that. So their flagship game is this Fableborn, which from the art and things and the fact that it's a mobile app, man, it looks a lot like a lot of different games. Did they do that just because that's popular artwork, or did they literally kind of copy the ideas of many other, games out there? I'm not sure. Then you got Power Chess, right? And let's see, what do you have to spend to open them? You need power keys to open Power Chess. That kind of makes sense. I don't really know how you get into it though. So unlock exclusive rewards and boost by progress with Powered Chess, right? Acquire power keys in game or buy them from the Fableborn shop. So this all comes from the Fableborn shop. And I'm hoping that everything that you get out of chess are NFTs, right? Purchase Power Chess without limit. Open Power Chess by spending a chest in power key. Rewards distributed at the end of each in-game event. So I guess you got to download the app and check it out. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we won't. Depends on if I get the time. We'll see how long Power kind of stays relevant and on our radar, right? It's been 2 days now. Then we have this other Midnight with the same ticker Night. So you asked me to check if the Discord was working. No. I know the Discord's working. I was wondering if the links, like there's on the side the different categories that you can click on, like the community charts, what I want you to see, the main hangout, should be one that says links. Of course I have access to it, but that's so it says links you need. So there's one of them that says links you need. And can you click on that and get into it and actually look at stuff? Because Melissa was saying that you couldn't. Sorry, my chat's in the way here. Let me get back to where everybody else is. So this is Midnight, the same ticker Night. I don't know if it's the same thing. I don't know what the point of this is. I don't know why we have two projects called Midnight. This one doesn't even have a token generation event yet, so it's not the same thing at all. Maybe they didn't know somebody else was building a project called Midnight as well. The other Midnight was very much about privacy. This Midnight is a AA video game, AA video game publisher building a deconstructed MMO. With Evergreen, users can access the self-contained narratives and settings of individual games, yet remain interconnected with Evergreen companion app. Port their characters across the Midnight ecosystem. So maybe it is tied in with Midnight, the other Midnight. I'm not sure. As well as their economic progress via the Night token. So I don't know if this has anything to do with it. Ooh, Alluvium is an investor in it. That's very, very interesting. Let's go get their X. You know we love some DeFi gaming. I don't even have to say it. So GameFi and links you need doesn't open. I told you before in the chat. Okay, I must have misunderstood you. Yeah, I did. Yeah. So I thought that's what you were saying, but then, yeah, you asked me if the Discord was working or something like that. That's where I got confused. And it says we moved. So what did they move to? Or is this where they moved to? Oh, they moved over here to this? To another one? That's just weird. Why did they do that? I'm pretty much out on that. I think that's weird. I don't know why they did that. What's the website? Midnight, Eternal Stories, Endless Night, changing how we play together. Is there a game? It's always the thing with these supposed like game projects. It's like, is there ever a game? Can we ever actually play a game? I know it takes a while to build, but it doesn't take all of eternity to build. Maybe they should build something before they launch. Anyways, we'll look at that more another day if we see it keep popping up on our radar. I don't think it's really worth our time. And last but not least is Gonka. So good looks. What is that the new token? So here, there's this Midnight here, right? And it's called Midnight. Ticker, or the coin ticker is Night. And it's a different project. This one's all about privacy. We went over it earlier before you got here, TM Hustling. And then there's this, and it even shows up here. Like if we scroll up, you'll see Midnight. Right here, Midnight. Number 69 by market cap with $1 billion in market cap. And then you get this other token, which there's not even a token out yet, right? There's no token generation event yet, if you understand what I'm saying. So it's like they dang near copied the name and the ticker, but they're talking about something totally different. The other one's about privacy, and this one's about games. So, in gaming. So I guess we'll kind of wait and see if they ever launch a token and see what it does, right? That'll really be the tall tale sign. This is Gonka. We talked about Gonka a few times already. What's really to note about this so far, no token generation event, so no token is out yet. Don't buy any copycats anywhere. And they've raised $80 million. Let's see who they raised it from, because they don't have a ton of investors. So Slow Ventures and just a few other people. Bitfury, Benchmark. I'm not familiar with all these different VCs, right? I haven't really studied my VCs other than the obvious ones that everybody would already know. But just out of these people, they've raised $80 million. That's pretty good. So Gonka is a decentralized AI computing network in which participants provide GPU hardware to execute training and inference tasks. So it's basically you're providing GPU. We've talked about this many times. With the topic today being AI swarm, it's relevant to say it again. AI doesn't have enough computational power resources to run in the way that I think all of us enable or vision the future, right? So we really need to find the resources for AI. And there's a lot of companies and projects in crypto and elsewhere, not in crypto, stock market world, everything private, that are trying to figure out how we're going to do all this. Some people are building elaborate, store warehouses full of GPUs and stuff like that. Other people are using this idea where we just all come together with the little bit of GPU power that we have in the devices that we own. We sell them some usage and they kick us back some money for it. And then all together we enable, AI to do what it needs to do. Yeah, TM Hustlin says Shady. Blues, what about the game for Underground? Oh, okay, that's what you guys are talking about. Thanks for doing that, by the way, this Blues guy, and letting me know. I'm going to work on that after the stream is over. And this is Gonka, AI compute. I mean, there's not a whole lot to say here, right? I don't even know if you really can, earn from GPU yet. Doesn't really look like they have anything built out. It should be a button that says like go here, you know, and I don't see that. But since there's no token generated event, I'm gonna bet that they're still in funding and they haven't really launched anything. So let's hop back over to CoinGecko, and we're gonna get into our top gainers, top losers of the day. I'll show it for a second, but we're gonna segue into the news, right? So here is Swarm Network. Look at that. What do you think that's about? Maybe AI Swarm. Let's talk about some news as I transition into the sit down part of the show where I get to sit down. All right, let's get into position. Don't worry, I'm going to change the camera. No sweat. There we are. And I got to move over a little bit for this camera. All right, we're good to go. We're good to go. My back is feeling a little bit better, but it is not 100% yet. I don't even know what I did to it. The joys of being older. And I don't usually have that much back problem. Anyways, let's talk about the news. Bitcoin rallied, right? We know that. I don't really a lot of times read these articles because most of the people in my audience are lifers. Shout out to the crypto lifer. The most consistent man in crypto, I can definitely say that. He definitely puts the bar high as he live streams every single day. So most of you guys are really tapped into what Bitcoin's doing. There's not a lot of point in reading that. We looked at this article here. I had it up about, the breakout. Is it a bull trap? So Dogecoin breaking up to the upside. Looks like it gave most of it back though. The CFTC launches crypto pilot with BTC, ETH, USDC driving margin heat. Skip the price action. So regulation and institutional development. So the FTC crypto pilot program. So the U.S. Commodity Future Trading Commission, if you were wondering what that stood for, has launched a pilot allowing Bitcoin, Ethereum, USDC as collateral in derivative markets, a major push towards institutional integration. So that's interesting. I mean, it's something that we need, that's for sure. Investment guidance. A fresh top 10 cryptos to invest in December 2025. Guide was published offering strategic insight for beginners and long-term investors. I would be interested, I guess, to see what they have on there. Global crypto events and enforcement. So India tax and enforcement update. So cryptocurrency tax collection shows significant contributions and enforcement actions are ongoing against undisclosed income from exchanges and So, I mean, that's very much an India problem. If anybody here's from India, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, when you get older, if you sneeze too hard, you might hurt yourself. Yeah, I'm usually pretty good on that front, but hey, you just keep getting older, right? What can you do? Somebody just messaged me about some MAGA coin on Coinbase. I don't know anything about that, unless it's one that we already have. Anyways, major crypto fraud charges in India. The Central Bureau of Investigation filed charges in a massive HPZ token scam that defrauded investors. I'm sure it's India. I don't know. For some reason, that doesn't really shock me much, I guess. Scams and security heists in Spain. A man was killed and a woman was kidnapped during a cryptocurrency theft attempt where perpetrators tried to access victims' wallets. That's crazy, but I mean, thieves, they be thieving. I don't know. Sad for anybody who gets hurt, but I guess, if you're on the radar too much, it could probably happen to anybody. I don't really have that much crypto, so they would be really sad. So other relevant daily web headlines. For additional context on broader crypto deployments today, I think everybody's pretty read up on this, but Federal Reserve rate cut impact, right? So they didn't, right? What is this talking about? The Fed third rate cut of the year has affected. Okay, so yeah, the rate cuts have affected things, but as far as I know today, there was no rate cut. Anybody else watch the Lifer FOMC meeting stream? It was really good. On-chain activity. A long dormant Ethereum wallet moved large pre-minted ETH, signaling renewed whale engagement. We love to see that. Regulatory framework is evolving. U.S. regulators, CFTC, officials approved. Yeah, we were just talking about that. All right, I'm just trying to skim through it. Live crypto feeds for continuous live price headlines. Sites like The Block and CoinDesk provide real-time coverage. I got TradingView. I'm good. All right, so that's the news. And then we have the second part of our AI Swarm deep dive here. But before we get into that, let's take a look at the top gainers, top losers of the day. So Swarm Network, can only imagine what that's about, right? On the max chart, it says October 1st, 2025. This thing, let's see, what did it top out at? The high was about 5 cents, and now we're chilling at about 2 cents. So we're not too far from the all-time high, like a little more than a double up. 48 million in market cap, 10 billion tokens, with only 2 billion being out in the circulating supply. So a very small percent there. It is a SUI token, right? You see the little water drop. Let's go take a look here at the website. Verify anything, reveal nothing. It's probably ZK, right? Zero knowledge. The world's first privacy preserving Oracle scale. So this thing is Oracle. So what would you say? The categories Oracle and the niche is maybe privacy? Turning arbitrary data into verifiable on-chain logic and real all-time without exposing it. Get swarmed. It's hilarious. I've been to this. I've been over this before. I recognize this little part here where it scrolls around. So 99% of valuable data is private, restricting it to the 1% of Web3 use case. Our protocol unlocks this untapped market, making private data usable, verifiable, and on-chain. So that's their whole thing here, right? Is there's a bunch of private data, 99% of it is private, and they're gonna bring that to everyone, I guess, so that you can use that private data. I don't really exactly know how they're going to do that. Seems rather complicated, and I don't want to spend too much time on it. Let's take a look at their Twitter. Twitter has 283.1 thousand followers, so somebody is thinking this is valuable, right? 218,000 on their impressions from their pin post on November 7th. And I'm not going to spend a ton of time on the top gainers, top losers, unless I see like a really cool project. BitLight, that's Bitcoin DeFi. Top loser of the day was this Lux coin and Lava Network and Snek, which is a meme coin on Cardano, or also another loser. So there you have it. Those are the losers. See if there's anything interesting in these top gainers. I mean, we've talked about quite Midnight, Luna, Beat, we've talked about before. Humidify, we went over today. Piverse is TimeFi. We've been over that thing many times. Hopefully you guys remember. River, we've been over. Jelly, my Jelly, we just brought that up again the other day, as I'm still pretty sure they built absolutely nothing. Pretty confident that that's going to amount to nothing over time, but we'll see. Pippin, another one that's been pumping a lot lately, is supposed to be a unicorn. Doesn't look like a unicorn, right? Let's pull it up. Just for the sake of showing you what sadness they're calling a unicorn. That's not a unicorn. And so we did learn about Pippin yesterday, actually. Let me say this, is that there's actually more to Pippin than we thought, right? Our framework is a robust extension built upon the foundational experience of Baby AGI, whatever that is. It empowers developers and creators to harness advanced AI capabilities in a modular way. You should understand what the modular is meaning there. Helping them build a digital being, so like an AI agent, I would think, that can reflect on tasks, generate new activities, and seamlessly integrate external tools. And it says they have 20,000 GitHub stars and 70,000 academic citations, which is more than I expected from a sad unicorn meme coin. So apparently there's a little bit more to Pippin than meets the eye, and this thing just boomed, right? From down here at like 2 cents to where it is now at 32 cents. That's a nice pump, right? And even if you look at it from 6 cents where it came out, it's up 434%. So shout out to anybody who knew Pippin was going to do big things. Chris Goss in the house. Thank you for being here. So let's go ahead and continue on our deep dive of AI Swarm. So AI swarms and DeFi risk management. So swarms can continuously monitor DeFi positions, react to volatility spikes, and rebalance exposure before liquidation occurs. Each agent focuses on a narrow metric such as price, volatility, oracle health, or protocol changes. This creates a more dynamic form of capital management where risk is managed continuously rather than reactively. Governance and DAO level swarms. So governance swarms can simulate how parameter changes affect a protocol. Some agents focus on security risk, others on growth incentives, and others on long-term usability. I think it's a cool idea to have a network where losing my voice here, it's crazy, let me get something to drink. To have a network where basically you have like an AI swarm that's continuously protecting the network. I think that's a really cool idea. And something I'd really love to see, I'd love to see somebody actually do that, right? Just have like a really cool AI swarm of AI agents that just monitors and protects the blockchain. Like maybe we could get that for Ethereum. That would be pretty cool. So governance swarms can simulate how parameters change affects protocol. I just read that, my bad. Together, these agents form a composite view that is more comprehensive than human analysis alone. Governance becomes less emotional and more system orientated. Identity and reputation for AI agents. For swarms to function in open system, agents need reputation, right? We need to have confidence in them, or the swarm itself could have a reputation. On-chain histories allow agents to build provable records of performance, meaning they could probably earn more over time if they have a really good record of performance. Reputation systems may include staking, bonding, historical accuracy, or success rates. Over time, trusted agents earn more responsibility and higher rewards. All right, so I was right about that. This turns AI agents into long-lived economic identities rather than disposable bots. Right? If it's really good, you're not going to throw it away. AI swarms, privacy, and MEV, maximal extractable value. If you know, you know. We've been over it a bunch. I hope you know what MEV is now. Public blockchains expose transaction intent. Intent, another very important thing. It's just like abstraction. Hope you know what all those things are. I hope you've enjoyed raising your crypto IQ here at Underground Crypto. Tell all your friends. Making them fertile grounds for exploitative behavior. Swarms can detect patterns and compete aggressively for MEV. So again, we've talked about what MEV is here on the channel. We've talked about why it's a problem, and we've talked about many different things that could potentially fix the MEV exploitation. Swarm is just another one of those, right? I see Swarm could be a defense against MEV. It could also be the people doing the MEV attacks. At the same time, encrypted mempools, intent-based execution, and private order flows force swarms to evolve towards fair execution and optimization rather than extraction. This set up an arms race between transparency and private infrastructure. They're going to have to work it out, right? Just like every emerging technology really does. Technical foundations behind swarms. Again, hopefully I'm not talking too fast for you. How's the music? Is the music still on? Somebody let me know. So swarm systems rely on multi-agent reinforcement learning, evolutionary strategies, shared memory systems, and hierarchical control structures. Crypto supplies the incentive layer that allows these techniques to operate continuously in real economic environments rather than simulation. Where AI Swarm and crypto are headed. Future directions include autonomous treasury management, agent marketplaces, swarm managed protocols, and cross-chain agent networks. As these systems mature, parts of the crypto economy may be increasingly run by machines interacting with other machines under human-defined constraints. Think of the whole intent layer, ANOMA, but the intent layer idea in general, you give it an outcome and it figures out how to do it. AI swarms would probably be really good at that. Key risks and open questions. So AI Swarm introduced new risks. Poorly aligned incentives can lead to harmful optimization. Security vulnerabilities can scale quickly when agents control capital. Regulatory frameworks are not designed for autonomous financial actors. Balancing autonomy, transparency, and safety will be one of the defining challenges of this space. Absolutely, it will. Makes a lot of sense to me. Core idea and anchor the topic. So a single AI agent is a tool. An AI swarm is a system. Crypto provides the rails that allow these systems to coordinate, transact, and evolve without central control. That combination is why AI Swarm represents one of the most important structural shifts happening in crypto right now. Into part 2. Yep. I had it break it in half for me so that I could kind of read it at 2 different parts. And with that kind of concludes the crypto raising event of the night. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed. Join the Discord chat. The link is in the chat. And from there, we usually transition into our underground family hangout where we play some games and we do some different things. Of course, let's see where we at. Maddle.fun. We haven't played Darkstar in a long time, and also Gala Games has been on the radar, but we haven't done that in a long time. So let's maybe check out a few of these things. Darkstar. I don't know if Darkstar is ever going to actually give out a airdrop. I'm losing hope on that. I pretty much have lost all hope on that. And probably starting tomorrow, I meant to do it today. I forgot. I'm going to make the stream 18 and up so that we can still do our little lottery spin or our slots on stake.com. And resume that as normal because it's a lot of fun. I enjoy it a lot. I know a lot of people do. Melissa says, sorry, TM. What is she sorry for? Just kind of collecting all the things here that there are to collect, as I have not been on this in a while. Maybe we'll play a round of it. It's been a minute. We got to bring it back. This is a throwback to the channel, right? Had some hopes for this thing. Airdrops are a funny thing. You know, you all you can do is participate and hopefully not spend much money. A lot of times airdrops exist on test nets. Usually there's a faucet that you can go to just get free, testnet tokens. So usually you don't really have to spend anything most of the time, that is. And you can participate in it and hopefully get some airdrops for your participation. And in this airdrop, you just play the game is basically how you're farming the airdrop. All right. Let's see what the task of the day is here. The challenge of the day. So damage is increased by 200% when facing an enemy. Well, that's good. Random venom. Never heard that before. Oh, okay. I get it now. And she says, please don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and join our Discord to be part of the community. I will echo that. Please do that. As we are still a small and growing, YouTube channel in crypto niche. And the crypto niche is very niche. I don't know if everybody really understands how niche crypto niche is. It's growing, but how many people in crypto really care to learn a lot about crypto? Most people just want you to tell them what coin is going to go up, when it's going to go up. That's about what most people want to hear, unfortunately. But we're trying to change that here at Underground Crypto for sure. We're trying to get people more interested in how crypto works and therefore become maybe a little bit more educated as an investor. Of course, nothing is financial advice. because I'm not a financial advisor. I am a financial investor, I guess, but not advisor. So I can't advise you on what to do with your money. We purely cover what projects are and the technologies in crypto, and we raise that crypto IQ. But I believe that it is impactful, right? It compounds show after show after show, and you learn a lot about how crypto works, and that might make you pick a better winner. It might allow you to see a project come out and you've already connected the dots on why this is gonna do really well. And it might cause you to pick a really good coin. And we all have different ones that we speculate on, from the Anomas to the Flares to all those different things. And we're just waiting on that altcoin season. Melissa says, I went to sleep by accident and the finger started doing things it shouldn't have. I'm having a good night. Hope you are. Oh man, this Venom is hard to dodge. Get locked in there. Haven't played this in a while. Not getting my usual upgrades here that I like. I like the little blades that just spin around you. Hit this lucky chest, see what we get. Well, how's everybody doing tonight out there? Let me know how you're feeling about crypto. Everybody who's hearing the sound of my voice, drop something in the comment and tell me how you're feeling about crypto right now. Are you paying a lot of attention to it? Are you mostly just going through life and not paying a ton of attention to it? How you feeling? How you doing? Increase that area damage. Now I can just drive into them as much as I want, right? Finally got the spinning blades. Very useful. What time is it anyways? 10 o'clock on the dot. Oof. I'm forever running into everything that this guy shoots at me. Feeling good. I know Blues guy is feeling good. He's always feeling good. Glad to hear it, brother. Glad to hear it. And despite the sinus cold I had for a couple of days, and also the back pain I had it was like sinus cold, got over that, a bunch of back pain. I was like, this is so random. But either way, the show must go on. Did have a couple shorter streams because of it, for sure. It was hard to stand or sit. One day it was really hard to do either or, and so I had a shorter stream. But hey, I still came to the table and tried to put on a good show for you guys. So I appreciate everybody who shows up and makes that worth the time, worth the while, and still raise my crypto IQ, even if things are even if you're in pain or sick. Let it go up and down. It's all good to me, or it's all go to me. I think she meant good to me. I'm with you. I'm numb to the up and down price action. I know that at least in the past, like, all we can ever do, I think this is a really important point, because do we know what crypto is going to do? Do we know if the whole market is going to fail and go into a bear market, and we're all going to, I don't know, look stupid for not selling the top of what, the altcoin season at the end of 2024, maybe. and friends and family, I guess, will laugh at it. Who knows? And I don't worry about stuff like that. But some people are very concerned. I mean, I'm concerned about missing it, I guess. I don't want to miss the top. That's for sure. But I can't go back to the into 2024 and sell. That ship has sailed. And so basically, we're just in it. And previous price action is not representative of what's going to happen next, right? So we're all speculating. We're doing our best, just like any investment and market is, and we're going to see what happens. Sometimes you kind of have to adapt that kind of mentality. Otherwise, you'll just kind of drive yourself absolutely nuts with the constant up and down. The anxiety will build. The FOMO will happen. You'll most likely, in my experience, make poor decisions because of FOMO. You'll fear of missing out, and you'll do things that you even know you kind of feel like is maybe not the best move, but you're afraid you're going to miss out. And so what can we do but speculate, hold in, put our money where we believe the value is, and wait? That's investing, right? In a nutshell. And it seems to be that the people who, do well in the long term usually take a lot longer than you would think, more than one cycle. A lot of people who I know who are wealthy in crypto, they took 6, 7, 8, 10 years before the millions came in. But when the millions came in, multi-millions came in. You know what I'm saying? So just holding out for the dream there, right? And hoping that we can get a lot of positive stuff in the crypto market that causes price action to get up. Sometimes you gotta not say, oh well, but you gotta just say, hey, I'm doing all that I can do, right? And that is all I can do, and not stress yourself too much one way or the other. Don't think you're gonna sell every top perfectly or buy every bottom perfectly. Don't think that you're never gonna accidentally FOMO into something or FOMO out of something. Don't think that you're not gonna make mistakes, especially if you're trying to trade or anything like that. Definitely gonna make mistakes. If you expect those mistakes to happen, maybe you'll take it a little better when they happen, right? Maybe you won't get too overly stressed about it when it does finally happen. And that's really all that I can say about that. But I just want to reassure people that, we're all in this kind of together. What's going on in this chat? TM Hustlin says, I'm with you, Melissa, Master of Jazz. If you are invested in something, you have to believe in your investment. Exactly. I got paid today. I bought more. You bought more of your love? ? Battery says drained. LOL. Not sure what he's referring to. Oh, more Monad. Yeah. No, I didn't. That the other day I bought some Sol and Tether. Hey, Tether can be a good thing to buy sometimes if you're just trying to sit on the sidelines and wait for opportunity. Sometimes you gotta put some dry powder on the sidelines, as they always say. Let's see, do I have a good enough defense here to not get hit by stuff? Oh, I see stuff starting to slip through my defenses. I don't love that. At this point, there's like no getting away from these things. Oh, that's hilarious. He says you're cheating on your crush. Crush must be Monad, huh? Hey, we all get tokens or projects, I should say, that, we start really thinking could do something. A lot of times it's very early speculation, right? Something's new. They're promising this, that, and the other, and we're hoping they can deliver. You get in early, and you really capitalize on the fact that it does well. That's the game. And sometimes they promise the world, and they don't make it happen, right? Anoma, Anoma looked really good as far as from a technical level of what they were saying they wanted to do. I thought it was pretty innovative. Thought it was pretty cool. I wouldn't exactly count them out yet, to be honest with you. They still could easily pull something together. They're posting. It seems like they're building, but in the end, we're just going to see if they actually build anything or if they don't build something. That's what it is. Maybe it's a next market. I probably won't still hold this bag. I'll probably buy back in the bear market, but we don't even know if we're getting regular bear and bull markets anymore. Are they going to be a lot smaller, a lot quicker? What's going to happen there? Don't know. No, I will get it with Tether or later. I pick up when it all goes down. Exactly. Right now it looks like we might be trending to the upside, but it'll take at least another week or two to really see if that's gonna continue or if they're just tricking us once again into buying into it when it's gonna do nothing. We will see. There's always that thought that it's like it has to do something at some point, right? Can't do nothing forever. But can it? Can it do nothing forever? We have to believe that all things are possible. That's what the lifer would say. Gotta believe everything is a possibility. He says, I only have one love and I'm a faithful man. Yeah. TM Hustlin definitely loves his Bitcoin. Keep grabbing these upgrades. All right, let's get another upgrade. Maybe movement. We'll just go even faster here. Sometimes you be going too fast on this game and it just wreck you. Oh, I didn't see that punch coming. Dodge that punch. Whoa. So much stuff going on. I'm like, where am I and where is everybody else? And we win. I think we were a little overpowered there. All right, we beat the daily challenge. Let's open the boxes. A little bit of money, whatever that thing is. Whatever that thing. I don't even really look at it, to be honest with you. More just the challenge of actually beating it. So we did that. And let's move on to the next thing. Let's go ahead and log into this. It says they have a new shop here, but when I go to shop, it doesn't look new to me. Let's go to quests. Said I'm just cost averaging. We are only limited by your own mind. Blues guy is definitely right. It's not easy. So much temptation, I think he meant. But somebody has to do it. That's pretty funny. All right, let's play around to this. I enjoy it. Anybody up for a game of Panzer Dogs? I guess I'm mostly talking to Blues Guy. I guess unless anybody else wants to start playing Panzer Dogs with us. If you don't feel like playing, no big deal. I'm going to play a round of Panzer Dog after I play a round of this. We're trying to beat the cursed level, and so far, not so good. I haven't beat it yet. All right, let's try it out. Can I beat the cursed level of this game? Do I get more points for beating it? I should, right? There should be some kind of incentive to play cursed versus like the easiest version. Because otherwise, why wouldn't you just spam the super easy version? I don't know. It says I'm having my first meal right now. Nice. I'm with you on that. I only had a very tiny meal of some chicken and rice earlier, and it was pretty small. I just ate it so that I could take some supplements and stuff like that. You don't want to take them on an empty stomach. At least that's what it says on the bottle. I don't know if anybody's seen the commercials for the Marsmen and stuff. I went ahead and grabbed it because I had a couple friends said they bought it and they really enjoyed it, thought it worked really well. It's all a bunch of herbs and stuff like that. I even think Blues Guy would approve of it. So I'm trying that out. I'm probably in like the second week of using it. I think I noticed some. Is it placebo effect? Am I just thinking that I notice more energy? Or is that just because I want to? Either way, I don't mind. I'm glad to have more energy and be a little bit more ready to go all the time. I guess the real decider would be go and test those, testosterone levels and stuff and see if they went up. I had mine tested like, I don't know, maybe 3-4 months ago. Do I remember what they were? No. Glad it's written down somewhere. Meat and eggs, bro. You be eating rich. Yeah, exactly. Chicken and rice. Wild rice, of course, though. I like that. I like wild rice. Not just that cheap white rice. I don't eat that. I'm not a big pasta and rice person. It's hard for me to eat a lot of pasta and rice. As a meal here and there, every once in a while, like you go to somebody's house or something, it's not a big deal. I'll eat it. I don't hate it. But like on the average, I don't eat a lot of pasta and rice. And most of the time, if I'm eating like a piece of bread of some sort, it's just a vehicle to get that high grade butter in my system. Dates and butters, oh baby, yeah, I still need to try that. I don't even see dates all that often. There was a time I used to buy a lot of dates, but I still gotta try that. Everyday underground, one meal only, bro. Yeah, I'm with you. Most of the days, the only meal I eat is the little meal that I eat before I take my supplements. And then sometimes after the stream, I might have another tiny little meal. But it's usually, if you put them together, it'd be like one meal, right? Try beans and rice. There you go. Yeah, pasta and rice makes you sick. I absolutely agree with that. I've been on this kick. I've been kind of researching and studying. It's something that I already knew. This is really interesting. Blues Guy would probably like this. So, I mean, I already knew about how like bread in the ancient world was like, a staple, and the peasants ate 2 pounds or more of bread like a day. But there was no diabetes, Angus. It was a different bread, right? It's not the bread that we eat today. And so I've just been researching that a bunch. I want to get some, grains, like mill them myself, leave the bran and everything on it, all the parts of it, without taking it away, and make some like actual healthy bread that's good for you. It can be done, because bread was revered. Whole civilizations have been built off bread. Like Chinese civilizations were built off rice. There were a lot of civilizations built off bread. And so, there was bread that was healthy. It was not the bread that we had today. So I've been really interested in that, and definitely interested in figuring out how to do that. I know we're not talking about crypto. This is the Underground Crypto Hangout at this point. I hope everybody enjoyed the stream today. I know I did. A big part of this stream, I haven't said this in a while, a big part of the stream and my enthusiasm to do it was to connect with a bunch of people, of course, who love crypto for sure, but also to hold myself accountable and to actually deep dive and research every day myself as well, so that I could maybe one day be an expert in crypto. That is kind of the hope and the goal of the dream, of course, to raise other people's crypto IQs as well, and get people excited about learning about what it's all about, and hopefully pick some really good gems in the meantime. With all of that experience would be a huge bonus, right? That would be a nice bonus on top of all of the work. So I appreciate all you guys coming to the stream, aligning with the vision, and helping to make my goal come true there. And we're gonna just keep grinding, not going anywhere. I know I was kind of sick for a little bit. Well, it was only like a sinus cold. It wasn't anything crazy. And my back was irritating me. A couple shorter streams than I would like, for sure. But at the end of the day, we still made the show happen, and that's what's important. Oh, man. Got killed. This level's really hard. All right, moving on. I'm about to hop over to Panzer Dog. If you want to play Blue Sky, just let me know. All right, let's check it out. It says, bro, I will send you a recipe for healthy bread. Hey, send it on over, man. Europe bread is still good. Yeah, I mean, that's where a lot of civilizations were built on bread, that's for sure. You have the Masa Madre blue. It has been crossbred for faster yield and tougher, changing the whole entire genetics. Exactly. You need those old grains, which are still grown in some places, right? For sure. TM, I was married to a Dominican Republican lady and got a boy. So yeah, I know Latinos. Hey, that's funny. So let me go ahead and add the Blues guy. I'm sure TM Hustling will tell me to put it in full screen. Let's lose these glasses. Do I look less smart now that I took these glasses off? Tell me. Smarter with the glasses or without the glasses? And speaking of eating, what I be snacking on right here. These organic sprouted pumpkin seeds. Honestly, most days, this is what I eat. I eat some sprouted, pumpkin seeds before I take my supplements. And a lot of times I exist on sprouted organic pumpkin seeds, and they are delicious. My man Blues, you got the sauce. I see you. Blues guy has been everywhere, man. Yeah, the more he shares those stories, the more you realize the Blues guy, he's been doing a lot of stuff. I love that. All right, I'm going to play around real quick. Shout out to the people on the stream. This is panzerdogs.io, play.panzerdogs.io. It's actually one of the funnest DeFi games that I've found. If you're just rolling in, smash the like button and subscribe. The goal of this channel is to raise everybody's crypto IQ. We talked about AI Swarm today. We broke it up into 2 parts, so if you're really interested in that, you might want to rewatch the stream. But we're Monday through Friday, 8:30 p.m. New York time. Get in there, get that rocket, and get out. Let's see, can I hit anybody with this rocket? That is the question. Just recently changed my turret to this like 3-shot spread. And still learning it. I was much better at the other turret that I had, but I think in the long run, this one will serve me better. So let's hope for that. Again, I wish I would have remembered to make the stream 18 and up today. It's like a setting in the stream that you have to change. I meant to do it for like 2 days, and I still forgot to do it again today. So hopefully I remember to do that tomorrow, and we can play our stake.com. Oh, grab that health right in front of him. To the victors go the spoils. Bang. Somebody grab that kill. What are we rolling? 4-0? Really? Nice. Got another one. I really like in this 3-shot. Has a higher hit rate. Especially if you're up close. You get them with all 3. Does some serious damage. Bang. Don't go for the health. Ah. Nope. Didn't come out on top that one. Start my day with ACV and sodium bicarbonate and lemon. Sorry, I'll read the chat in a minute once this is over. Bang. Oh, wow. Too many people on us here. All right, looks like we did win. What's the chat saying? So I start my day with ACV. Blue Sky, what's ACV? And sodium bicarbonate and lemon. Sounds familiar, but I also wondering if it was just a typo there. Blues, aka also Baskin Robbins 31 flavors. Hilarious. TM Hustling, that's a good one. That, my friends, will give you so much energy. Here, I have you a trick here. Dude, your tank is always way too strong, LOL. Underground can't read it. Can't read what? What can I not read? Oh, apple cider vinegar. Okay, yeah. So you do apple cider vinegar and sodium bicarbonate. Isn't that like baking soda? Pretty sure. I love apple cider vinegar and baking soda. Especially if you have heartburn. Oh, perfect. Goes away in like couple minutes, if that. All right, let's invite the Blues guy. You've already invited Blues guy. Okay, well, I'm going to invite him some more. Yeah, I would be getting a lot of good stuff in the system now. I've been pretty consistent with it for a minute. It says, bro, did I get it right? Is it baking soda? Not that baking powder stuff, the baking soda. I know that a lot of people swear by taking a shot of that, alkalizing the system in the morning. I have so many like little, oh man. I have so many little routines and stuff. My ashwagandha tea in the morning with ginger and stuff that it's almost like an all-day event of just like different teas. I make tinctures as well. You know, I make herbal tinctures like ashwagandha and dandelion. I gotta send you one, Blues guy. Blues guy, you should really message me your address because you would probably like these tinctures. Not only for heartburn, take it every day and watch the magic. Hey, I'm going to do that, Blues guy. Because I've heard about that for a long time. I've done it here and there, but I haven't done it consistently for like more than a week. So I want to try to hit like a month straight of doing that. And I know it too. And I get caught up in other things. Like I get up in the morning, I have my Ezyak tea, fermented Ezyak tea. And so from that's got to sit on an empty stomach. Then I have some pumpkin seeds, you know, about a cup of pumpkin seeds, or is it a 1/4 cup of pumpkin seeds? Yeah. And then after those sprouted pumpkin seeds, I hit my Marsman supplement, magnesium, and L-theanine. And then from that, while I'm doing that, I make my tea, which is, and it's all fresh, loose stuff. It's not a pre-bought thing. It's actually the real herb fresh that I put in my own little tea bag with ashwagandha, ginger root, sometimes some mullein. I swap a few things out. I make the tea several times a day with different stuff in it. And so then after that, get some work in and hit the gym, set up the stream, maybe have a shot of some espresso without all the sugar and crap, just straight espresso. And yeah, hit the gym or whatever. And then when I get back, then you got the tea to kind of refreshen you up. Some more Ezyak tea. You know, we'd be on it. So we should not ingest anything in the first 4 hours we wake up. Yeah. So Blues guy, do you consider the vinegar and the sodium bicarbonate, do you consider that ingesting something, or does that not count? Just curious, because a lot of times I don't ingest anything for a while, maybe not 4 hours. I don't eat much. It's a very small amount of pumpkin seeds on an empty stomach, I think is good. But definitely the longer you can go when you first wake up without eating, the better. Some days it is probably almost 4 hours before I really eat anything. Tinctures are the compact way, absolutely. And I know that you love the ashwagandha combined with the dandelion. The liver expulses fat and sugar when you wake up. Making everything you eat carbs for the first 4 hours should only be waterish. So like as the Act would be fine, Blues Guy. Okay, Underground. Right before your gym, take, yeah, so take the apple cider vinegar and the sodium bicarbonate and lemon. That, my friend, is your pre-workout. Cool. You know what's funny? I had some really good pre-workout. Like, so it's like all healthy stuff. Doesn't give you like a bunch of kicks and jitter. It's like all healthy stuff. But I just ran out of it. So I'm going to start doing that now. In the AM. So, Blues Guy, are you saying that you can take the apple cider vinegar before that 4-hour window? Or you wait until that 4-hour window is up first? All right, I'm going to roll another round of Panzer Dogs here. And let's check on the stream. How we doing? Got 60 views today. It's down, actually. The last couple of days have been up, but it is Wednesday, and it's not untypical. Is good in the AM. Okay. Hey, I'm listening. Blues Guy, I'm listening. I was just trying. I think I understand what you were saying there. I just wanted to extra clarify there. Wow, it is laggy. Like my hits are registering way later and stuff. First blood. Sorry, now I'm playing the game, but you know they're quick games. I'll read that chat in just a second. Man, we're getting crazy lags out here. Okay. Yo, the lagging is nuts. I don't usually lag this bad. That's kind of crazy, actually. Almost don't even want the missile. All right, we got him. Bang, another kill. 4-1. 4-1. That little tank don't have much health. Let's get him out of there. All right, let's let those shots replenish, because even though you do a lot of damage, they don't replenish fast. You got to make sure your shots hit. Bang, you got to shoot ahead of them. Shoot where they're going to be, not where they're at. Don't worry, Blues Guy. I'm going to read the chat just a second. Thing's got 24 seconds left on it. Ah, he stopped right at the last second there. Crazy. Come on. Did I get him? Looks like I got him. Hit him. All right, time's up. Let's take a look at this chat. All that pre-workout bull making you spend money, it does not work. Yeah, most of it is just caffeine, right? Most pre-workout is nothing but caffeine. The one I had was pretty good. It wasn't a bunch of like caffeine. Apple cider mixed with sodium B. That's the only pre-workout you'll ever need. Hey, I've never tried it as a pre-workout. I've done it for a lot of different things, but not a pre-workout. And no, it does not affect in the AM. Super good. How do you think I work 12 hours, no food? Apple cider vinegar, baby. Back in ADA days, I used to work out with the pros. Trust me, bro. Hey, I trust you. I'm going to try it. I'm gonna report back to you and let you know how that goes. And that has been our Blues health fact of the day. We always got to get that in there. So what else do we want to check out here? I can't stand to play another round of Mattel. On the curse mode, it's not the funnest, right? I gotta take it down a notch if I do play another round of it. Here's something I haven't looked at in a long time. Yeah, caffeine is bad for workouts. Sorry. Yeah, I agree. You're not hurting my feelings, man. I quit taking... Man, I haven't taken pre-workout that's like caffeine based, you know, with a bunch of caffeine in it since I was like fresh out of high school, pretty much. Maybe once or twice here or there if I was feeling really draggy before I knew it was terrible for you. But for the most part, that's not how I try to get ready to go to the gym. That's for sure. I wish I could remember what was in the pre-workout I had. It was like all natural stuff. It's hard sometimes having so much knowledge it annoys people. Sorry, bro. It doesn't annoy me, man. I'm usually the one annoying everybody else with it. But that's all right. You're raising people's health IQ, and you're welcome to do so. All about raising that IQ here on the channel. Doesn't matter what kind of IQ it is. I don't know what this is, or I know what it is. I don't know why it's taking forever to load this Gala Games. I mean health knowledge. Yeah, I got you. I got you. Yeah, Blues Masterclass. There you go. I really like that you said that, though, because I know that and I've done it, but I want to try doing it consistently, and I've never used it as a pre-workout before. So here's a question for you, Blues Guy. When you take your apple cider vinegar and sodium bicarbonate, what's your ratio? Do you measure it, or you probably done it so much you probably just pour it in? But how much apple cider vinegar and how much sodium bicarbonate do you mix together? Do you add a little bit of water to it, or you just shoot it like that and then chase it with water? What do you do? I'm just interested because I've done it a few different ways. Underground, give me 2 months as your trainer. I'll change you completely. Hey, I'll take all the advice you want to give, man. Don't say that, Blues. I wish you knew. I knew you years ago. Hey, Melissa, you know him now. You know, he might be able to. You know, that little advice he just gave about the apple cider vinegar and the sodium bicarbonate, I think is a gem to everybody, right? He says, okay, wait. Yeah, man, you can always tell me what you would do, and you know, I'll definitely take a look at it. I'm a good listener, and I actually listen to what people say to me. Doesn't mean I always do what everybody tells me to do. But if I think it's good advice, I will implement it and try it out. I'm the type of person, a lot of times, I'll go try it, you know? Instead of just saying, like, no, that's crazy, I'll go try it out for a little while, you know? A shot glass with half a teaspoon, says TM Hustlin'. Okay. I mean, TM Hustlin', that sounds about what I normally do. It's not like I'm putting, like, you know, a cup of sodium bicarbonate. You know what I mean? It's a small amount mixed with some apple cider vinegar. And then, you know, you got your citrus, your lemon to activate it. And then sometimes I'll put just a little dash of water in there. Or sometimes I'll just shoot it and chase it with some water. TM Hustlin' says, do it underground. I absolutely will. I'll go take it right now, live on stream. No, I'm just kidding. I don't want to leave the stream. It's so funny. You know how Lifer does the lemon in the water? We'll do the apple cider vinegar, sodium bicarbonate, and lemon. So in an empty cup, add 1 cap of apple cider vinegar. Okay. And then add half a teaspoon to 1/4 a teaspoon and let it activate. Then add the lemon and then fill with water. Do not take within water. Important. Did you mean without water, Blues Guy? I think you meant don't take without water, because then it doesn't dilute and it just sits. Maybe being a little bit too strong without the water. That would make a lot of sense to me. Cheers. Maybe I'll get it ready and I'll have it. Lots of water. Yeah, exactly. So Blues Guy, if you take that in the morning, do you only take it in the morning? You don't take it any other time of the day? Yeah, don't take without water. It's bad. Yeah. I'm listening, Blues Guy. I'm listening. I hear you loud and clear. I would never take it without water. Put a little pinch of some Celtic salt in that water. I'd be using that every day. Some mineral salt. Definitely want to have that mineral salt. I drink that all day. Okay. So how do you drink it all day? Do you just make like a big batch of it, Blues Guy? You make like a big jug of it? And then just what? Take that recipe? Oh, 3 times a day. Okay. No salt. Okay. So when do you add the salt to the water? That good Celtic salt. Or do you use it with food? Yeah, salt with water later. Man, good thing you said that, Blues. I was thinking without water. Don't make a batch. Yeah, I thought that would probably not be a good idea. But if you take it 3 times a day, you must take it at work, so you must have it with you, right? Okay, it needs to be activated and drank right away. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I definitely follow what you're saying there. Yeah, it needs to be drinking right away. Yeah, I read that. Just selling this sugar to the neighbors over here, trying to get enough money to get electricity. Trying to get electricity over here on Gala Games. Town Star, if you were wondering. Okay, I drink one, and then he drinks one when he gets home. So he drinks one before he goes to work and one when he comes home. That makes sense. And then what? You drink it right before you go to bed? So you drink it before you go to work, 12-hour shift, come home, drink it again. And then what? Do you drink it like right before you go to bed or something? When's the third one? Appreciate you giving me all that information. And if I haven't said it already, Monday's stream is going to be a little bit earlier than normal. If you miss it, you can, rewatch it or ignore it. You can do whatever you want to do. But have a lot going on Monday. Not exactly sure when the stream will be. Let's see. Probably from 6 to 8 or maybe 5:30 to 8 o'clock, something like that. So, okay, Celtic salt is great, but don't mix it with your apple cider vinegar. Do it separately. Okay, maybe you misunderstood what I was saying. I was saying mix it with the water, and then you make your shot of apple cider vinegar, and then you take that, and then, then you drink the salted water, after, throughout your day. Dang, I got the recipe now. Woohoo, I'm about to start selling this stuff. Hey, go for it. Brag's got you beat. Third one when I'm thirsty. Sometimes I go to 5-10 a day. Wow. Yes, thanks for sharing your health stuff. It's really good to know. To take a piss or what, Blues? I don't know what TM Hustling was getting at there, but it sounded funny. Do I have enough to buy any land yet? Come on now. 2.5. Oh, I do have enough to buy some more land, and the hustle continues. We need to buy some streets. Where are the streets at? Dirt road. Put her there. All right, it says, bro, you would not believe if I was to tell you about P. Oh, no. We're not going to get into the drinking your own pee stuff, are we? Recycling the minerals. Is that where you're going with that, Blues guy? Obviously not something I've ever tried, but I've heard plenty of people talk about that stuff. I've heard people rave about it. I've heard people say don't ever do it. All over the place. But I have a feeling that's what he's going to say. All right, just one more round of Mattel, and then I'm probably going to skedaddle. One more round of Mattel, and then I'll skedaddle. I like how that sounded. That could be like a segment here at Underground Crypto. All right, I'm just going to play hard and not cursed because I want to enjoy the game and not hate the game. Everything moves so much faster. I think it would move faster on cursed. But nope, everything moves faster on hard. Maybe even faster on normal. Melissa says, please don't forget to join the Discord. And we're rolling into we're over 2 hours here. So it's been a normal stream. Back to our regular 2-hour streams. We'll see what the next day holds. It's the holiday season for sure. So I know people got to be other places. Camsta probably had to be somewhere else tonight. And that is A-okay. Yo, Synthetics. What's up, man? I saw you commented today on something, and I said, hey, come check out the stream. So welcome in, welcome in. Are you in the Discord, brother? Check out the link in the chat. It's pinned at the top. That is our Discord community. Say hello to Synthetics. He's been watching my long form pre-recorded videos for a while, I'm pretty sure. I can't remember. Forgive me if you've come to the stream before and I don't remember. But we haven't been doing the streams that long, but a while now, a few months for sure. Maybe going on 4 months now. And yeah, I appreciate you being here. This is kind of the end of the show, so you'll have to catch us when we actually go live at 8:30 p.m. Monday through Friday. If that's a little bit early for you on the weekend shows, they're usually 10 p.m. New York time. Not sure where you're located. Matter of fact, where are you located at? Appreciate you stopping by. Yeah, it's hilarious. Synthetic at today we went over AI swarms and like AI swarm technology. That was our crypto raising event. On the stream, we're all about raising crypto IQ. We go over what's trending, top gainers, top losers. We look at individual projects and stuff. And we hang out at the very end of the stream. We play some DeFi games. We're trying to farm some airdrop on this Mattel by playing it every day on the stream. And don't mind the chat going on. Sometimes we be talking about some crazy health stuff in here, but I don't want you to think that's all we talk about or whatever. We definitely talk a ton about crypto. This is just kind of how we decompress and hang out at the end of the day, right? At the end of the show. We've been live for 2 hours already, just to put it into perspective. But I'd love to see you here more in the beginning of the stream so you could really experience what all we got going on. It says, yes, sir, I'm checking out the stream. And yes, I just joined the Discord. Greatly appreciate that for sure. Great people in this community. Small community, newer YouTube channel, but the community is on fire. Great people. So everybody welcome in Synthetics. And he says, Texas, love the stream, bro. Thanks, man. I appreciate it. I got a good buddy, lives in the Houston area. So he's always telling me about Texas. I feel like people from Texas always tell you about Texas. Not that I have any problem with that. I'm always trying to learn about everywhere and everything that I possibly can. And we got people from all over. TM is from El Salvador. Blues Guy is from Canada. We have people from all over the place. Hong Kong, Thailand. Got a great group of people here at Underground Crypto. Wasn't trying to make it a promotion, but I think it naturally becomes a promotion, right? I love that he said he loved the stream, man. That's awesome. That makes me happy. Makes me feel like I'm doing a good job here. And I really enjoyed today's topic. I'll say that again. I really enjoyed today's topic on the stream. I hope AI agents come back and they come back strong at some point in the future. Should have saved that magnet for, oh man, I'm about to get hit. Barely skated by. I lost my train of thought. I don't know what I was saying a second ago. This guy's got me flustered here. I'm trying not to die. Trying to look over and click the potion without like running into everything and everyone. It gets difficult. Oh, man, I need that. That's worth dying for. Give me that. All right, let's hit that speed boost. Get on out of here. We got the life steal. Now we got these people shooting at us every which direction. All right. We got away from them. See what's going on. Says we have a real cowboy in the building. You know what they say about Texans. You mess with the bull and you're going to get the horns. Yeah, it's hilarious. Jason Synthetic says, hey, amen. Awesome. Always love when new people come and enjoy the stream. And I love when I know they enjoyed the stream if I see them come back. You know, if later on I see them come back day to day. TM Hustling started coming by and then all of a sudden he was here all the time. Love that. And we're just going to continue to grow. We just, you know, with anything and everything, you kind of got to find your tribe. Got to find your tribe of people. And that takes time. You can't please everybody and you can't be for everybody, right? I'm not trying to be for everybody. I'm trying to be for the people who are the right tribe, right? And that's just life in a nutshell, really. You know, the people that shoot those little vortex potions, it'd be like the hardest people to get past here. Whoa, don't go that way. No, there's vortexes everywhere. Ah, bang, kill them all. That came in so clutch. Like, use that perfectly. All right. Now I really need one of those magnets to grab all of the experience on the board. Can I get a magnet? Grab all the experience on the board. I didn't even realize that I had actually beat the other boss, but I guess I did. After playing on the hardest mode, this game got way easier. But let's see if I can manage to not die here. Oh, man, I got killed being greedy. Right at the end, I was being greedy. For those experience points. Underground BU, that's the real key to success. People love real people. Exactly. It's contagious. Just be yourself. I appreciate you saying that, of course. And I don't really know how to do anything else, to be honest with you. I don't know how to pretend to be somebody else, because then who would I pretend to be? I don't even know. So no worries there. I'll continue being me. I don't really want to be anybody else, to be honest with you. Let's grab these points. And what do we make it to? What are we at? 180,000 trophy points, whatever that is. Hopefully we get the good airdrops, right? All right, everybody. Love the community. Shout out to everybody being here. I appreciate you big time. Let's see how long we've been live. We have been live for 2 hours and 23 minutes. Do we got to go 7 more minutes to hit that 2.5 hour mark? I think so. I think that's worth doing. Wow, look at that night. Gave back a lot. It gave like everything back. That's crazy. I don't know how I feel about midnight, but it's very tapped into privacy and it's new. I wouldn't be surprised we come back tomorrow and that thing is pumped a lot. What else do we want to look at here? We didn't go to the 400 to 500. Got BitLight. This Swarm network, which we looked at, really went with the theme of the day. It's very interesting. Clanker down 12%. Man, Clanker just fell off a cliff. Time to buy some more of that. See how we're doing over here on Memex. Golden Dragon followed me. Okay, I'll take it. I got 6 followers. Hey, I love that. Memex is pretty cool too. J-Synthetics. Yeah, J-Synthetics. I was just assuming what it said and didn't actually stop to read it. Kicking it underground, exactly. Memex is really interesting. It's like a social media. It's like a Web3 version of Twitter. Matter of fact, you actually connect your actual Twitter to it to approve it. It's pretty interesting. I'm staking some right now. I chose the shortest amount of time, though. Let's see. There's somewhere I can click. It'll show me. Yeah, I got 6 days left. So it goes fast. It was like a 14-day lockup. Got to stake at least $100. And then the only thing that kind of sucks is they like pay you out in this My XP down here, My XP. And I'm not really sure what I can even do with it, right? What do I even do with My XP? So that's why I did like the shortest version, right? So let's see. If you did 14 days twice, you'd get 200, where if you just click 30 days, you get an extra 50%. It's not crazy. You do 180 days and you get 2,500%, but you don't get 2,500% of what you staked, right? You get 2,500 XP points. It's interesting. So get your cup with ready. Blues hooked us up with the recipe. Yeah, I think tomorrow I'm going to try to remember and I'm going to bring it live on stream and we're going to do it then. That should be pretty hilarious. That should be pretty fun. I'm trying to hold out these last 5 minutes. I had to take a leak like something bad. So hopefully I can hold out at least 5 more minutes here so we can get to 2:30. Sometimes you just got to set a goal and go for it, even if it's 5 minutes more on the stream. I do love that the Fear and Greed Index was up to 29. That's pretty awesome. Glad to see it ticking back up. And let's open this up again, this Swarm network. I feel like I did kind of gloss over it a little bit. So up 36.4%, 46.2 million in market cap, a ton of tokens. I love that it's on the SWE network. And, oh yeah, it was verify anything. That's right. This is the part I didn't read, though. So private data is inaccessible. Human fact checkers don't scale, and oracles are a single point of failure. The privacy-preserving Oracle layer, turning arbitrary data into on-chain logic, privately and verifiable. Millions of distributed agents verify and process millions of events into instant data streams for Web3. Can you say AI Swarm? Right? Isn't that what that is? That's AI Swarm. Sensitive data stays private but can be verified safely thanks to zero-knowledge proofs and secure agent judges. I think that's pretty interesting. I'm a big fan. Let's leave this on the crypto bubbles. Let's see, hop over here. Let's see, how many likes are we up to on the stream? Let's check out a couple metrics here. See, I know it be lying. It says 9 likes on the stream. We were up to 11 before that. Who unliked the stream? That's what I want to know. I don't think anybody did unlike the stream. See, 68 people came through the stream. We got 11 viewers right now. So if everybody could smash that like button, double check. Make sure that it didn't unlike the video if you liked it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes it'd be doing that. Trying to figure out how, somehow like 3/4 of the way through the stream, it always like gets rid of like 1/4 of our likes. I don't know what that's about. I don't know why they're doing that to us. Maybe they're like bots that liked it and then they kicked them off, but I doubt it because it's like every day it's like the same number of likes disappear. Let's refresh it again. Is it still at 9? Still at 9. That's so weird. I don't understand that at all. All right, we got 2 more minutes to go. Appreciate everybody staying with me all the way to the end. It's pretty awesome. You guys are the best. Just like smash the heart button. And definitely want to start doing some giveaways for sure. I think I'm going to do a giveaway. 10 on my end. Okay, so YouTube is just kind of all over the place. Thank you for saying that, man. I think I'm going to do a giveaway, right? Where starting next Monday, whoever is the top fan, we're going to give something away. I haven't decided what it was. Might be some money, might be some crypto. I'll probably give you money and you can buy what you want with crypto, I feel like. Maybe it'll be some clanker. I don't know. But if you look at the chat, if you go to chat and you go to where it has, you see Melissa's number 1, TM Hustlin's number 3, Blues Guy must be number 2, right? If you click at the top where it says XP, you'll see a listing, right? It'll be like number 1 is Melissa, number 2 is Blues Guy, number 3 is TM Hustlin, number 4 is that one guy, number 5 is Jason Synthetics. I don't know why I can't say that fluently, but anyways, I think we're gonna do something where we're gonna look every day to see who's the top, right? And then we're going to give away like top 2 prizes. And the cool thing about it, in my opinion, is since we're not monetized yet, nobody can buy their way up there. Nobody can just like buy number 1 by sending in like a, $10 super chat and being number 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to give away a first and a second place prize for the week. And I'm probably going to kind of continue to do this. I don't see why not. And number 1 and number 2 for the overall week is going to get a prize. And you could just run the chat up. All you got to do is actually comment. So it's really, what is the real point of it? Well, it's to run the chat up while we're on the stream, have people engage, give them an incentive to actually keep the chats running, and compete for that giveaway. Now, I'm not getting paid to do YouTube and stuff, so it's not going to be no $1,000 giveaway. Maybe in the future we will do something like that. But definitely look forward to that next week starting on Monday. Synthetics. Blues Guy says, yo, chat run. Yeah, and that'll be for next week. Not doing it right now. Matter of fact, right now I'm going to hop off. So everybody have a great night. Stay underground. Stay crypto. Underground crypto out. And if you have anything you want to say to me, say it in the Discord. Later.